Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we'll be making this beautiful style that you saw on my thumbnail. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit on the subscribe button. Thank you for clicking on my video. To my old subscribers, I say thank you very much for all your support. So without wasting so much time, let's dive into the video and I will see you at the end of the video. For this style, we'll be cutting our flare first. It's advisable to cut your flare first if you are working, if your style has flare, just to be on the safer side. So my waist is 26 inches plus 2 inches for allowance plus 1 inch for ease. That's 29. Then I'll be dividing it by 4 and I'll be getting 7.25. So this 26 inches is the actual measurements for my waist is about 23. So I added extra inches because of the style. As we go on with the video, you will see it. So the first thing I'm going to do is to make a rough estimate of where the 7.5 inches is going to fall, and then from there I'm going to be marking my measurement around. I think I got about 5 inches from the point of my fabric. So for this I'll be using my pattern paper. Then afterward, because of the style, if you look at the style, you see that it has different colors. So the first thing after that I measured it and I discovered that I have 7 inches there and it's not up to 7.5. So what I did is to mark a line at the top of the first line I just marked, just a little bit away from it, so that it will be up to 7.5 inches. Then from that line I'm going to go ahead and take the length of my flare. Remember, this length includes the hemming allowance and the joining allowance at the waist. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this measurement all around. So after marking it, I'm going to go ahead and then cut this out before we proceed to the remaining part of the marking. So this is my flare. So we are going to go ahead and divide this. When you look at the picture very well, you see that it has different colors. So for the first for the first line, for the first pattern, I don't know what to call it, I'm going to be marking at 6 inches or 6.5 inches. I think I marked at 6.5 inches. So I'm going to be marking this all around. You see the way I am moving my tape. Please go ahead and move your tape that way. And then the next one I marked at 2 inches. Then the third one I marked at 7 inches, and I left the remaining part. I think I have 2.5 inches remaining. So I'm just tracing the line so that you guys can see it well and easier for us to cut out. If you're working with a fabric that is bigger than mine, just measure your fabric, or longer than mine, just measure your fabric, and then know that the first and the second layer will be wider than the other ones. Just try and divide it. So I just went ahead to label it, so that I will make sure that I have every one of it at where it's supposed to be. So we are going to go ahead and mark our bodice before we'll start transferring it into our fabric. And for this, I'm go ahead to mark my chest measurement, and my chest measurement is okay. I marked my half length, sorry, at 12 inches or 11 inches. I cannot remember at this point. Then I'm going, and I added 1 inch allowance for joining. Just make sure you just insert your measurement. That's it. Get your client or your daughter's measurement and then insert it at the appropriate places. Calling out the measurement isn't going to change anything unless you are the same size. Your daughter is the same size with what I am working with. So this is for a 5 to 6 year girl. So I marked my chest line, which is at 6 inches. I'm just going ahead to connect the line. Then the next thing I did is to mark my neckline. And for this I marked 2.5 inches by 3 inches, I believe. or 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. I'm sorry that I'm missing all the measurements up at this moment, because when I was cutting it I was actually using her measurement. But while doing this voiceover, okay, when you look at the design, you see that there is a pattern at the neckline. For this, I went down by 4 inches from my neck depth, and then from the shoulder line at the width side, I went down by 1.5 inches. So I'm just going ahead to connect. You see the way I connected it. The first one is straight, and then the other one I slanted it to meet the 4 inches that I went down with. I hope you get this. Just look at the video very well. You're going to get this. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my shoulder measurement, which is 6 inches. That's 12 inches divided by 2. And then I'm going to go ahead and connect it to our chest line. And then for my shoulder slope, which I don't know if it's necessary, but you know, we don't miss our shoulder slope. I went down by 1 inch, and then I connected it to my chest line. So I'm going to go ahead and take my bust measurement divided by 4, and then I added 1.5 inches as well for stitching allowance. Then I did the same thing for my waistline, with my waist measurement divided by 4, and I added my allowance. I'm just going to go ahead and connect the 2 points together, and also curve in my armhole. You can as well use your free hand to do this if you don't have your French curve. If you've been following me, you will know that I've used my free hand so many times before getting this. And that's basically all for the bodies. If you haven't subscribed to up to this moment, please take 1 minute to hit on the subscribe button. Please join the growing family, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Thank you. So at my armhole line from my shoulders line, I went down by 3.5 inches. I went down by 4 inches, and I discovered that it's too low for me, so I raised it up by ½ inch. That's 3.5 inches. I'm going to go ahead and connect it to our chest line. Just look at the picture on the thumbnail. You will see the reason why we are doing this. They use 2 different fabrics for this style, so that's why we are trying to create exactly what we see there. So this is it, and I went ahead to transfer it to my fabric. I added 1/2 inch on the 2 upper side, and then the other side, to be able to join it. And my fabric, remember, when you are cutting the front bodice, is going to be on fold. Then the upper one, I had to cut it into 2, because I want to use one to turn my neckline. I want to use it to turn my neckline, but the down part is just 1. And this is my flay as well. I've transferred it to my fabric as well. I added allowances all around it. Please go ahead and do the same thing, because if you don't add your allowance, by the time you are done stitching it, you will see that it's shorter than what you initially want to have. And that's all for this style. Please check. We look forward to this sewing tutorial. We are having light issues, so I couldn't get the 2 at the same place. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and then subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.